College football revenue. People face trade-offs in college football by enjoying a football game, while they are trading off to the university their money. Cost of something is what you give up to get it in college football would be the university giving up an amount of money to pay all employees, but in return they would get a lot more money from the audience watching the game and buying merchandise. Rational people would think at the margins in college football by perhaps adding another university bookstore or by raising a coach's salary so the coach performs better and draws a larger crowd to the game. This item is scarce because there are only a certain number of seats in the stadium, so therefore the prices rise if there is an extra amount of people. The opportunity cost is building a nicer stadium that accommodates more fans, but that you would get a great deal of revenue flowing back from your audience. In order to build the stadium, you are giving up a number of things, one of which would be the cost of money that it would be taking to build it. There might be a cut in budgets for academic and athletic purposes. Something that helps in this area is the help of big-time donors that donate money to the school. These donors give up millions of dollars, all for the honor of having their name on the stadium. This has become the largest trend for most major universities. Two of the largest donors to their alma maters have recently been Phil Knight and Boone Pickens. Phil Knight once ran track at the University of Oregon and went on to founding the billion-dollar corporation Nike. He has given over $100 million to the University of Oregon and its athletic facilities. Also with this, he has given Oregon the craziest uniforms in all of sports. Billionaire Boone Pickens gave Oklahoma State $165 million to its program. This is the single biggest given to any NCAA school. Oil tycoonist Boone Pickens and Nike owner Phil Knight are easy ways out of debt in building an athletic facility. The item being supplied is fan merchandise, concessions, and the enjoyment of a football game. The item is being demanded by people who want to see the game or want to be a part of the university. It has shifted in recent years to some different teams because of the wins that each team is producing. The more wins and good games, the more money is going to flow to the university. The government does not affect the item unless it is a state school. Ones that state schools can have some influence but very little. A state school that is not private means that the government can filter out money regardless of what the school wants to do. An example of this would be if a school like Texas A&M needed money. The state government could take out money from UT to fill in the debt that A&M was in. This would affect the athletic programs among other things at UT. Most of the time there will be a larger producer surplus due to the fact that there is little work for what the producer gets back. For many major universities, one of the largest revenues relies on college football. There's an abundance of money given back to the university for holding an event on a big-time Saturday afternoon. However, the universities have to fill the seats to receive revenue, which means they must have winning programs. The item is affected by microeconomics, by people coming to the games and watching the game. How revenue is earned is by people purchasing merchandise and going out to eat around the university campus. A great example of this is the amount of revenue being poured into Dallas, Texas economy during the weekend of Texas OU. The city of Dallas makes over $15 million during this weekend due to the amount of people that come in for the game. Without this game, there would probably be a shortage of revenue in downtown Dallas in October. A tax affects college football revenue by having more money go towards the university and its spending funds. With a tax placed on all concessions and extra costs at a football game, there would be extra money going directly to the school. However, with the tax placed, there might be less people buying the item because of the extra money added by the tax. The tax could be positive if they are getting visiting fans to buy items at a home game for another university. The market would increase even if the government placed a tax on concessions. The demand is too high for the items and games, so at no point would this be a negative effect on the government. This would be an example of how government can sometimes improve market outcomes. A positive externality would be that the school receives more applications for winning and going to good ball games. With more publicity and winning through sports, there can be more and more demand to attend the university. This externality from winning games is a positive impact because demand is increasing more and more. Now the school can pick from the best to which they want to attend school. By the government not regulating the outcomes, there is a positive market. In this case, their choice has been a wise one, and there have not been negative effects. For an example of this year's college football news, Kansas has risen in all economic levels. Since they have developed a winning program in college football, fan output has increased quite a bit. Football generates more money than do basketball programs in college. The reason for that is the amount of people that attend games. However, it is proven that the University of Kansas has increased more revenue from this year's football program than from the winning powers of UNC and Kentucky.